Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Pierre. This is Where in the World is Pierre. I'm heading to a town that I've always wanted to visit. It's a far out town from where I live. It's about 300 to 350 k's from where I live from home, and it's in the high country. It's called Bright. Bright is meant to be a beautiful little town, very popular for tourists, and hope to see something really interesting there. So if you're interested, please stick around, and I might be able to show you something good. Now I'm heading to the top of the mountain of Mount Hoffman, going past Dinner Plain. So I'm going to stop at the Dinner Plain Hotel and talk about what I did there. I actually played there a couple of times and it was quite enjoyable. Well, it's about 5 degrees outside and it's dropping dramatically actually as reaching the top of Mount Hoffman. Slippery pinch. About 1,460 metres above sea level now, and it's getting significantly cold. I am in a little place called Dinner Plain. I just wanted to quickly come here for a bit of a reminiscence, to be honest. A long time ago I used to play with a band called Dirty Harry. I think you guys have heard that before, if you follow the channel. And on that, we played up here a couple of times. Played at the Dinner Plain Hotel, which is just over here. And at that time, I couldn't recognise the place because it was all snowed in. And today, it's not. The whole place had a beach theme, had sand in it. We actually slept in this hotel overnight. We finished playing about 2 and then helped clean the place up because they decided they wanted to clean it that night so they can open the next day. And we ended up sleeping on the floor in the hotel on the upper area where it was warmer. What a memory. And if some of you guys are in the band have played with me in the band before, you would remember this. But the other thing about it too is just over in this side here, there weren't houses there at the time. It was all paddock. It's quite amazing how things change. Cool, bit of memory. Hang on. Buildings back there as well. What a memory, eh? How about that? Oh, my foot's starting to get better. It was killing me a minute ago. I was hoping there'd be a coffee shop here, but it looks like it said for sale. So it's dead quiet and nobody's having coffees. Unless there's something up the road there. I better have a look maybe. By the way, it's about 4 degrees at the moment. I was just walking around looking for a toilet and I noticed this hut here. This is a hut, I guess, where you can sleep in if you need to, or I don't know, have a look. I thought it was a toilet, but anyway, I'm going to see if I can find it elsewhere. Well, I noticed something just recently. Now, there's snow in these mountains. And because of the cold weather we just had, a cold snap, I just saw a car go past and it was covered in snow. Now, it's not snow season, it's actually over. So, what the heck? Big cold snap coming through. And there's no sign saying please use snow chains or anything like that, or carry snow chains. So, a bit dubious at the moment. Everything's defrosted. It's now dropped down to 2 degrees outside. And I might be yelling because my ears are blocked at the moment. We're at 1,585 metres now, and there is snow in them mountains. I can show you soon. I'll get to Mount Hoffman, and I'll show you what I mean. That answers the question. It's snowing. We are in a second half of mid part of springtime, and we've got snow. I don't have snow tyres. I'm a bit worried. Have I made a mistake? Probably not. I think I'll be right. Reduce speed chain bay ahead. I think I'm going to need chains. Oh, look at that. Hoffman Harbour. We're at Mount Hoffman. Look at the snow. I think I will get out for a sec. Well, this is just crazy. There shouldn't be snow, but there is. It must have snowed overnight. Yeah, it's fresh, very powdery. Got cars coming, I better get out of the way. Wow. I can't believe there's this much snow. Can you believe it? I don't get to see, we live in Australia and we don't get to see snow, so you can probably see it falling around me at the moment. Put your lights on, mate. Can't even see you. Your lights on. So yeah, this guy's got no lights on. What a dingbat. Bloody hell. Well, I'm going to put the camera down for a minute. I'm going to concentrate big on the road. I did see a sign saying carry snow chains now. Didn't expect that at this point. Hopefully, it says icy conditions. It is now 1 degree outside, so it's still above 0 temperature. Hopefully, it's not icy enough for me to lose control of the car. There is a car in front of me. He's got no lights on. I can just see his shadow. Why do they drive without lights on, these guys? Can you see him? There he is. All right, I'm going to concentrate. That guy just pulled up for me. He's going to have to do it again when I take off, poor bugger. Anyway, I had a bit of a stressful drive. I didn't realise, you have to understand my excitement. I am an Australian and we don't see snowfall. Never see snowfall. And just to see it all happen on the way through was significant. Anyway, listen to the environment. So right now we have a lot of snow. When I saw chains must be worn, that gave me a bit of a worry that I needed to get changed, but it was pretty good getting over Mount Hotham. I'm looking at something here, black hole, 1,330 metres in the above sea level. And it says here, not for the faint-hearted, the black hole refers to a geographic location in upper reaches of eastern branch of Ovens River. Named by miners who lived and passed through this ravine, it was cursed. For during the long winter months, the sun barely reached the deepest recesses of the valley. Miners living in the locality complained that bedding and clothing were always damp and cold in this damp black hole. Anyway, on to Bright. So I officially wussed out. I decided to go to a motel. The rain has been atrocious, it's been horrible, and to sleep in the car with all that rain was just not going to be viable for me. As it was, I had about 5 hours sleep the night before, and I thought, I can't do this, I need at least 7 hours sleep. And I got about 6 hours, 6.5 hours last night, so that's how it works. Right now, we are in Bright. Bright Museum, this is the railway station actually, where it once was. The railway station officially opened in Bright from Myrtleford in 1890. The brick building was completed on this site in 1900. And in 1982, the very last train came from this site. Hey guys, welcome to Bright. It's a little town, not in Gippsland. I know it's a bit different to what I normally do. Last video, I think you saw me in Omeo. I decided to take a drive over the hill, as you saw, and check this place out. I'm sure that a lot of you have been interested in this town yourselves and have never been here before, and I thought, oh look, I've never been here before and I really want to check it out. Heard a lot about it. Beautiful town, and I think it's worth sharing. Now I know it was a very long intro, but I just had to show how much snow we can actually get here in Australia. It's early spring. Look at this building. It's got to be original. It's got concrete stumps down the bottom, but you know. Unfortunately, the museum is not open today. As usual, I come at a day that everything's shut. And what do? Welcome to the Bright Museum, the old railway station. Look at that. That's what it looks like when there's no trains in front of it. Brochures, historic. It would be good to visit. It's open. When is it open? It doesn't actually tell us. You have to get online to find out, I think. There you go. Opening times are as follows. Sundays, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. That's it. We are closed from the 1st of June to the beginning of September school holidays. Yeah, cool. So unfortunately, like all, like all museums, it's mostly volunteer based. And it just caters for whoever can run the place at the time, unfortunately. Anyway, we're heading to the town centre. We're going to do a bit of walk around, show you what it's like, maybe come across some history, look at some plaques, see what the place is like. I hope you can join me. Cheers! So when I got here, it was hammering down. As you could see in the video at the start, the snow was falling up in the mountains, and it was pretty hair-raising coming down here actually. And I've got to go back over there today and go to Swift Creek for the next video. And you know, it's what I do for you guys, to show you around our wonderful state. Victoria is huge, and of course I'm only just scratching the surface at the moment. I can make another 100 videos just on Gippsland itself, which I will. So Swift Creek's the next Gippsland town, and hopefully we'll enjoy that. Look at this. This is a beautiful, picturesque town. Absolutely beautiful. I'll show you some trees. All right, quick shout out to Rob Lee. Rob Lee is a follower of the channel as well as my brew channel, and he gave me an idea to find out what the history of these troughs are. So the history of these horse troughs is they're largely defined by the Annis and George Bills Trust, which distributed thousands of precast concrete troughs across Australia during the 30s. Established by George Bills in his will, the trust aimed to alleviate suffering of working horses in the era before mass motorisation. Bills horse troughs are watering troughs that were manufactured in Australia and installed to provide relief for working horses in the first half of the 20th century. The troughs were financed by a trust fund established through the will of George Bills. A total of around 700 troughs were distributed by the trust in Australia and 50 in several other countries. How good's that? So some of these troughs are around Gippsland, and they represent and have plaques on them to represent or to commemorate people's achievements in that part of the town or part of the state. And I think they're a really great idea. They were designed, of course, to alleviate stress from horses, give them water to drink wherever they needed to go. And you know, over 700 were made just for them. Look at this. Little steam engine in the middle of town. Well, it's outside the outskirts of town. How cool is that? Now I've been here for probably about 12, 14 hours, something like that. And I had lunch yesterday, late lunch, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I had a American style burger at an American style diner. And it was very nice. I had some poor ratings, people complained, but that's on them. I thought it was very nice. And I walked around the town just to check out what was here before I start videotaping today, which is the next day now. Fortunately, I picked the wrong weekend to come here. At the weekend coming, there's going to be a hot rod muster. Tons of hot rods are going to come up here and people are going to check them out. And you know, I know some hot rodders and I would have liked to have seen them, but I didn't do my research properly, and I came here on a whim, so that's how it works. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk the right side of town because it's a little bit skew if the town's a bit different, and go into the little town centre and come back out and then walk down the other side and walk back around. This may be a very long video. I'll put some chapters in to alleviate the pain. All right, let's do it. Now I'm just starting at the main park. As you saw, I talked about the trough and we saw the steam engine. Now I'll just come over here where it all begins and just show you how beautiful this town really is. Look at that, just beautiful Benhaven house. It is for sale. Beautiful old houses, and this place has a lot of history. It is very old. The other thing about this place is it's mountain bike savvy. They got a lot of mountain bikes around the place, and they like to promote that. It's unbelievable, to be honest. It's a big thing. You can hire them. They've got normal mountain bikes and bikes with assisted power, and just all kinds of sizes, dual bikes, everything else. Really nice. Now I came here yesterday too, and I know the prices are different now. BP is 195 cents, 195.9 cents a litre for the Ultimate 8. I don't use 91. It's a bit too inefficient for my car. And just around the corner, just next door, Shell, their fuel is 187.9, nearly 10 cents difference, or 8 cents difference. Why? It's the same fuel. Wow, kind of. Gumtree pies, Bright. So I had brekkie at the, the Cherry Walk Cafe, and it was great. It was a very beautiful, very nice breakfast, and service was great. They got it out to me very quickly, promptly. Great coffee, really enjoyed it. Right now I'm looking for some plaques on the walls to say when these places are built. This one looks like about 40s, just the old pub. And I found, what we always find is the War Memorial. Check it out, it's huge. What I found in this town is trees are well established. When I was a kid, I spent some time in Berwick, and this reminds me of Berwick, where all the trees are very well established and very well grown, and look beautiful, especially in the springtime. And check this out, we have the probably the biggest war memorial I've seen ever. It's awesome. Mafeking is a small township of Beachland, Rhodesia, South Africa, at the outbreak of between the British colonists and the neighbours, the Dutch Boers in 1899, the Boer Army. Oh, so this is actually a commemorative for the Boer War, and on the memory of the men of Bright district who fought in the Second World War. Got any guys? They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning we will remember them. So it's the memorial clock tower. This memorial clock tower was set aside by the first surveyors in 1862 as a town square. Later, this area was named Mafeking Square to commemorate the siege, subsequent relief of Mafeking during Boer War. The memorial clock tower was built by John and Norman Isley, David Jones and Mr. Butler. 1929 it was built, there you go. So for a bit of history, this place was named Morse's Creek after F.H. Morse, and was renamed Bright after John Bright, who settled this place with the gold mining era in 1861, and it's been Bright ever since. So pretty cool to know. Most towns I go to, most of them always change their name in that time period to commemorate people who've made an achievement in the place. Looks like someone doesn't have a mobile phone. Oh, look at this. It's probably a good opportunity to pop my card in there. Mountain Mist Bright. There you go. Another opportunity to plug my channel. Hopefully someone will see it. The channel, look, I'm trying to promote it, get people to watch it. The good thing about it is anything I make on it goes back into the channel, and hopefully I'll get enough fuel money to keep doing these trips. Nice little church. And let's see if there's a stone. Now there's a foundation stone just hidden under all this. See if I can read it. Oh, I really can't. What we've grown 1884. 1884, that's what I've got from that. So this church was built in 1884. Now a lot of these towns, a lot of these buildings are original. They haven't been destroyed. There has been a fire around close by, but it never got here, I think. Look at this old place. Looks like an old house. Just from the outside, it turned into a lolly shop. So a lot of these buildings are original. Fires didn't devastate them here. They did get disrupted, but they never actually had a bushfire here. This building was originally built in 1891 by James Buckley as a single-storey draper shop. Buckley added a second storey in 1909 at a cost of $1,700. James Buckley was Shire Councillor from 1904 to 1912. So yeah, so this is a single story and they added a second story. How cool is that? An old building. There's no plaque, but it does definitely look like 1800s. Yeah, there's nothing to say what it is, but the bricks are old. I'd say they probably covered up the commemorative plaque, but it is definitely an old one. Don't know what it was from, but if I find any information on where it was or what the building was for originally, I'll pop it up on the screen. We're looking at a lot of history here. Look at this building. It's a wooden hip building. I would suggest it's original. It really does look like it and been looked after very well. It's Basil's Bar and Eatery. Oh, there's a plaque over here. Let's have a look at it, shall we? not put a plant in front of it. In 1862, the Empire Hotel was built in Thomas Winswell, who previously owned a hotel in Buckland, Goldfields down below the junction. It also was extended in the 1860s. Large public room, billiard room and local bricks. Cool. This building you're seeing here is, was erected in 1975. It's replaced a wooden deteriorated brick house, brick building. It's down the alley here. Look at that. So the first free library in Bright was established in circa 1885 in a simple wooden structure at the rear of the present site. The new library was completed in August 1910. Architect Mr. J.E. Lungholm of Wangaratta and building contractors were Mrs. Let's see what the real estate's worth here at the moment. Okay, a little school road, 825,000. A corner block, huge, 2.3 million, nearly 2.4 million, wow. Mr. W. Moore purchased this site in the first land sale of 1862, Bright Lodge of Unity. This site was originally occupied by Chris Lewis, general storekeeper. The original store consisted of two separate weatherboard buildings with a split single roof, a range of products that were available including groceries, dairy products and fresh produce. The original building was demolished in 1964. Doesn't say when this building here was actually built though. Check this house out. This is just around the corner, all boarded up. It's obviously, what do you call it, evacuated. There's obviously a home for a long time for somebody. It's all been boarded up. Imagine that. Somebody would own it, probably using it for storage somewhere. Amazing. Just quickly taking a sidestep down a road I haven't been down yet. Hang on. Distillery and roastery. I'm going to quickly have a look at that. And just on the way there, this is the back half of the buildings I was looking at. Now this looks like the original buildings from the past, years past. How cool is that? The back end of the buildings. Reed and Co. Distillery, sixpence. I think maybe once it was a distillery, it's now a coffee shop. I just quickly took a walk down the back half of the township just to see what's around here. It's always good, I think, if you're walking to town and checking out the history, just check out the buildings that are at the back. Sometimes they're still original, like this one. Needs a bit of work. This one's not, of course. This is all bluestone. Oh, it's actually concrete bricks. If you do come here and you want a tour of the place, there are actually online about 3 or 4 different electrical, what do you call them? Digital tours you can do. You can actually follow the online guide for the town's historic markers. I'm not doing that because I like to discover things for myself. In doing that, I normally miss out on some of the things. And of course, you guys are watching, so you probably miss out on it too. But it should entice you to come and check it out for yourself so you can find things I haven't. Well, the place that says Reed & Co. Distillery, sixpence, looks like it's very popular for coffees. There's some of the older houses around here, look at that. One over there, this one here. Okay. Holiday accommodation, Bright. So this is a newer type building. There was no plaque because it's kind of 80s built. Maybe even 90s, maybe, I'm not sure. Pizza available, see inside the menu. That's a pizza shop. Now we're back to the original point where we left off. Alpine Gourmet Meats. This building's fairly old. Well, look, Donna would love it here. Nice old, looks like it could have been a church at one stage. I won't go inside, but cool.
So what happened?
It looks like I'm not going to go. I'm going to zigzag down this one because it's only short. I'll just go and see these buildings left, right, and centre because it's going to take forever otherwise. The big old star on it, Coralie. Can't see a plaque on the wall. Back in 5 minutes. Door's open there. This is an old wall. Tell you, we look like we're in a sort of an older type of town, side of town. Mini muds, strides, bang. Now, you guys who've been here, this is going to bring back memories. I'm sure you've been through here. It's all new to me. I did take a sidewalk, so now I'm going to go down the other end and walk back up again. Now, if you remember, I took a walk up there and I had a look at the memorial and I walked back down the other side. Now I'm back to where the petrol station is. And I'm going to cross over this side now and walk through. Well, this is where Australia Post is. So we got quickly look up here. I don't think this is anything historical, but we'll have a look anyway. Oh, there you go. There's the post boxes. And just outside to the car park. Nothing historic about this place. Just noticed that there's a few people who run shops and it look like they run it on their own. And it's kind of smoko break at the moment, I think. So they're all closing their shops saying back in 5, back in 15. So I'd say they have a contract that they're allowed to have a break. I mean, I work in retail and I don't get to have a break. I learned something about these things. If you actually send that barcode to anyone, a friend, they can actually pay for your food and have it delivered to you right here, even if they're in the other side of the world. It's amazing, isn't it? Look, unfortunately, the historic sign isn't on here to tell you where or when this is built. Oh well, keep moving. This is another obvious old building, the first post office. This was the site of the town's first post office, which was erected by J. Bradley in 1862. The first post office master at Moore's Creek was Arthur Smith. T.J. Lumley later had a store that was taken over by Thomas Breen. For a period, the premises were also occupied by E.J. Cartwood, printer and Bright's first paper and Alpine Gazette. The original timber building burnt down and was replaced by a brick building. Thomas Breen's son, Patrick Lodes, later overtook the store. Now this is where I had my this is the American tile. It's called Pit Stop Brothers, and it was quite nice. The only real thing I didn't like about it is it was a public holiday, and it was a husband and wife team working. They obviously are self-employed, and they still charge 15% markup, as if they're going to pay themselves any different on a public holiday. It's just a bit rude, I think, and that's probably the only reason why they were very, very quiet at the time. Nice, beautiful house. No marker saying what it is, but anyway, it's just gorgeous. And of course, this house is another gorgeous building. See if there's any plaques on this one to tell us what it is. It's called Elm Dining. Looks like it would have been someone's home at one stage. I can't see anything on the wall. Anything, oh, there it is. I found it. So this is the doctor's surgery originally. This significant brick building was known as the doctor's surgery. The 2-room cottage was built on the site in 1857 and occupied by Dr. Edward Hawkins. A succession of 28 doctors has practiced from this building, and the latest medical practitioner to use this building was Dr. Reg Wood, who used it from early 1950s until 1977. The building has since served as an art gallery and as a restaurant, which is what it is now, just a beautiful little restaurant. This is somewhere I probably could take Donna. Would have been romantic. Sorry, Donna. The Chop Chop. Asian kitchen and bar, opening hours. I think that's an old building. That's just an old wooden house or building that's been here for a short time. Probably a couple, 20, 30 years maybe. Just guessing. Look at this big old building though. That one's got to be here for a while. Made of sandstone, or is that fake sandstone? No, it's fake sandstone. Now what do you do? Looks good though. And diesel truck. G'day. How you going? Now I'm skipping videos, skipping buildings because I know a lot of them are modern, and you'll probably see them in the background as I'm walking anyway. Basically, I just want to make this video as short as possible, but it's going to be a long one regardless, so that's why I'm skipping a sort of building. Sorry if I missed yours. This building is empty. It's been empty for quite some time. It's for sale, and look at the phone number. It's 501155. Now that is old. Now we don't have phone numbers like that anymore. It does look like a Mexican building, doesn't it? Really. I mean, there's a picture in it. Should I have a look? Please use a door to enter. I'm going to quickly have a look. No one's here. Welcome to the MSSR members Bright Rod Run entrance band supporters 2012. That was the last time anything was advertised here. There's, of course, now the Rod Run is 2023, so that's 11 years ago that it was last had an advert on the window. Cool, that's funny. Yeah, just the paint scheme looks like Mexican or something, rather Mexican or something like that. Another thing I did notice around this place, I'll get away from the traffic a bit, is the parks. The parks are beautiful. The trees are fully established. They've been here for maybe 100 years, and the river is constantly flowing. Now, we've had a lot of rain, as you've probably noticed in my last few videos, and the river is up. It's flowing. We are in the snowies, so I'm just walking around here. What I'm doing is I'm actually avoiding that area at the moment. I'm not going to go down there because there's nothing significant that I can show you. Maybe some holiday resorts and a bowls club. There's an old barbecue area over in the corner there, but that's just modern anyway, so it's a good place you can have a barbie. There's a couple of buildings there, but they're all pretty modern, so they look old, which is great. Let's quickly go under this bridge and we'll go over to this park here. And this is a memorial park. It's an artistic kind of memorial park. I'll go into a place so you can see a bit more. I wish this could be translated over video. Look at this tree. In real life, it is absolutely stunning. What a tree, it's beautiful. On the 11th of November 1951, these gates were officially unveiled. Mrs. Margaret Loomson, representing families of the fallen in the Second World War. At the going down of the sun in the morning, we will remember them. It's a memorial park for soldiers, fallen soldiers, as well as other things you'll see. In memory of Les Ritchies, erected by Bright ex-servicemen's cricket team, 18 2nd, 1954. So it's a really great little established park. Looking at this, kids play here, or can play. I mean, adults can too if you want, but they've really worked with the community in trying to establish something a bit better than what's norm. It's a splash park, and it represents fun, even though it's really cold today. No one's going to be playing here today. Got a bit of rusted out by the look of it. They are. So, oh no, they're not supposed to turn. They're for kids to play with and shoot each other. But this one's obviously...
Nice summer's day.
I'll try and aim it so we can walk past. Is that better? Oh look, I just pressed it. Whoa! Okay. I'll press the button to see what happened. This must be a fountain of water, so it's probably going to turn up. I'll press this button. Whoop. Oh, there you go. Someone press the button at the back. Oh, nice. Didn't expect it to come back on. Whoa. Okay. Isn't this satisfying? Like a blanket. Well, that was a little bit of fun. I pressed a button to see what would happen, and the jet streamed out, and then another jet popped up near my legs, and I had to run and get out of the way, and those people were intrigued, so they pressed the button. And guess what? It blasted everything. I still didn't get wet though, so I'm really happy about that. This cairn was erected as a tribute to the early gold-seeking pioneers of the 1850s who came to this area, then known as Morse's Crossing. The first miners worked the rich alluvial gravels by hand, then when rich gold-bearing quartz reefs were discovered. Awesome. Up to 50 ounces per tonne came out. That's actually quite a lot of gold from the quartz. 60,000 ounces, 1,866 kilograms of gold. Wow. For all the gold that came out of the lands, like Walhalla here and Omeo, where is it? I mean, it's tons of gold taken out and distributed around the world. And it's just, you know, we're so highly populated, we don't see it. It's only see it in our rings or as plating or something like that around the place. Gold is a natural resource that if you find it, you're going to be rich. There are a lot of walks around this place. Fortunately, you've got a lot of places you can go and you can see a lot of things. At the moment, of course, the water is rushing pretty hard. Like I said, we've had a lot of rain. Bright river pool, deep water, submerged objects, variable depths. Be careful, don't dive in, you will die. So you can swim here. Bright river pool, entry conditions, equipment may be used. This must be a little diving board to jump off. Cool, you can actually go to the other side and get up there. So the river has come up higher than this, of course. So this is only mild. I'm not going to go crazy with history, but there is a plaque over here I want to have a look at, and then I'll head back down the other side of the town centre. Now I was saying that there was a heap of places you can walk around here. This is the Bright Riverside walks. There's a lot of history in the walk. Have a check, have a look. All along here, there's all kinds of walking tracks. And the Ovens River. The Ovens River was the first thing named in this area before Morse's Creek. The actual Ovens River was named in 1824 in honour of Major John Ovens by Orville and Havel. This place wasn't even called Morse's Creek yet. So it's amazing the actual creek was named Ovens Creek before the town was made or established. Look at this, it looks like it was an old house and they've turned it into something else. Let's have a look. Big cooker exhaust fan, closed, riffraff it's called. Looks like an old house has been built around it, and they've actually built a whole area outside around it to make it a big restaurant area. How cool is that? That's pretty good. Bright Boutique, another old house turned into a shop. I feel like we're going to get rained on soon. I've got to hurry up. This is a place I've wanted to visit since I've been here. At lunchtime I'm going to come here. Bright Brewery. Not open yet. I'll be coming here for lunch, have a few beers, relax, enjoy the place, Mountain Crafted. I've heard of, had a few of their beers and very, very nice. So I'll eventually get to see the people who make it, hopefully. Right, we're looking at the Omeo Cinema, which is an old building. There is a plaque here. I'll go read that in a sec. There's no blue one on there, but there is a foundation stone, so I'll have a check that out. And of course, I went in here yesterday, and they're very nice in here. They give me some information, so I know a little bit about stuff. Quickly look at this foundation stone. You think they put a path there, wouldn't you? This stone was laid by worshipful brother Matthew Stewart, PJGD, on the 17th day of October 1936. That was a bit hard to read. Just a quick shortcut down the alleyway. North section, safe driving. There's a restaurant over here, hang on. I guess that building was a old church and that was what the cinema's decked out in. But this is a little restaurant in here. It's called the River Deck Kitchen. It's got Monday to Friday 8 till 3. River Deck. Cool. Let's see what the menu says. Riverside Kitchen, pork belly Benny, breakfast wrap. Sky all day kitchens. Nice. Told you this was going to be a long video. A beautiful old building, this one. It's the Bright Bookshop. Let's look at escape rooms. Oh, escape rooms. Always wanted to have a go at escape rooms one day. Wouldn't that be good? Escape rooms, outdoor puzzle hunts, top culture shop, bar and games. Wouldn't that be nice to have a go at? Got a barber out the corner down here. Crystal's Jewellery. So this is like a little shopping arcade or alley. Look at the old trees here. Look at that. It's beautiful. Love this sort of style, this lifestyle. Looking like an old bank. I'd say this is like the Australia Bank or whatever it is, the Commonwealth Australia Bank. But it's a bicycle joint now. Nothing written on it. Can't see a plaque anywhere. You know, sometimes they just don't put one up. No foundation stone. I'd love to see what that one's about. Put it aside. Nope, nothing. A shop with a. I do need to upgrade my hats, so I'm going to have a look at these hats for a second. Oh, so far nothing stands out. Do want a kind of a leather one if I can. Something that would suit my head. The one I'm wearing is actually not too bad, but there's a lot of grubby old men out there, sorry if you are one of them, that wear it as well. It's very common, and I want to have something more individual eventually, if I can find something. All right, we've got a plaque up here. This looks like an old pub. Let's see what it is. Leslie's Tourist Home. Robert Leslie purchased this site at the time of the first land sales in August 1862. 2 buildings were erected on the site by a Leslie family. One of them was occupied by Robert Leslie and dealt in stationery supplies and fancy goods. Little dog checking me out. He's following me around. Yeah, so nice old building. He's obviously a resident here. Quickly have a look down here. It's a bit noisy. Making a bit of a racket. The Wellness Therapies Clinic. Not too old here. Oh, I can't go that way. All right, this looks like a kind of an old pub. There's actually a plaque over here too. What's this say? Hotel in the site was built by George Crichton in 1857 and named George Hotel. It was sold to Edwin Auger in 1859 and renamed the Lone Star Hotel, which is more appropriate. The original slab rough timber building burnt down in 1865, and a more substantial building erected in business was renamed Star Hotel in the 1890s when it was owned by Charlotte Abraham. Recent decades the hotel was known as Pinewood, and in 1996 Shane Willen changed the name back to Star Hotel. So looking at the building, it's all rendered. A bit sad that they rendered it. You think they'd use the original bricks? I think they should, to be honest, bring it back to the original bricks. It'd be a bit more appealing. I noticed that a lot of women owned hotels around these places. That's great. And we're not saying that women weren't capable and didn't have any opportunities. I think not. Okay, that was the town walk. Hopefully I haven't missed much. Normally I do. There's always something that I've missed because I want to get it done. So thank you guys for watching this channel. Thank you guys for following me in this long journey in Bright. It's been a big one. Sorry about that. Hope you use the chapters to find your way. And I hope it gave you a bit of insight in some of our part of the world, Victoria. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you for being members, to the members out there. And if you want to support the channel, I have a membership section. If you want to even support the channel without membership, you can do it for free on YouTube. Basically, subscribe. Hit the bell button to get notified when I put more videos up. And you will help the channel just by doing that. Costs you nothing. And all you have to do is sign into YouTube, and that costs you nothing either. Cool guys, thank you. We'll see you in Swifts Creek. See you there.